What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to episode 28 of the Offshore Gamescast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Dylan. We just have one quick thing to plug. January 2nd, we have announced this on Twitter, but actually we have not said it on the podcast. We're doing another stream at twitch.tv/Offshore Gamescast. Gonna be kind of like a hype stream for 2022. We have a whole playlist set up. We're gonna be watching all sorts of game trailers, talking about it, stuff we're excited for, just getting ready for 2022, because it's kind of...
If we weren't already excited enough.
Right, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a crazy year, so we're just going to... Just even more hype for it. Just excitement.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, let's just jump right into these games.
Let's get in. All right. Ready?
I'm ready. I've been told that this is going to, blow my mind.
I feel like when you set it up like that, and with the tone that you used and the delivery, it really feels like I'm really coming out the gate with something strong, and I'm just coming out with something that's just, you don't expect it. Not like strong.
All right, I've been told that this is going to start with something I'm not expecting.
All right, I have started playing the brand new free-to-play multiplayer dragon aerial combat game, Century: Age of Ashes.
I don't even know what that is.
This game was this game was being shown off and shown a little bit in the past year or so. It's basically multiplayer Panzer Dragoon.
Okay, say the name again.
Century: Age of Ashes.
Okay, so is it?
You're riding a dragon.
All right, break this down for me.
All right, so it's a free to play multiplayer game.
Okay.
You get to choose between 3 separate classes. I didn't write them down. I wrote down one of them because it's the one that
Dragon.
I played 6-7 matches. I go with the Phantom character because he has an ability that lets the dragon just cloak, which is very nice. They have this little event going on right now, which is the only thing I've been playing, which just so happens to be an 8-player free for all. So match starts. You pick one of your 3 classes, you get 2 different abilities to choose from, and you're in there. Right from the get-go, I think everyone has 3 pieces of health, and you are just out, and you start flying throughout this one map. There are health orbs to pick up to give you more health. You can pick them up and get another health, a 4th health and whatnot, and you can fly around. There's shields that you can pick up, so you can have 4 or 5 health and 2 or 3 shields, so you can get you can prepare yourself before you even want to fight. You can just fly around, gather, really heal yourself up. There's also certain cracks in the ground that when you fly over them, it gives you, it levels up this ability for, a speed and agility, to which using WASD to, kind of move and control.
Are you playing on PC?
It's only on PC.
This is just becoming stranger to me by the moment.
Right?
That you're playing this.
I know. So double tap W to do a boost and fly really fast and whatnot as you're trying to use the mouse and dodge all these people tracking you, and you can tell when someone's flying behind you. And there's also, instead of going and gathering over the crack, there is a collectible orb that gives you unlimited stamina for about 15 seconds. So you could just keep speeding and maneuvering and flying around. I think it's a really good thing to start off the game, get that, and then just go quickly gather up so much health and whatnot. Once you do that, game begins, and people just start going for each other. You got to go find somebody, and 2 of the main attacks are fireballs, which you can shoot about 2 at a time before it has to reload, or right click is just fire breath. So you can just be right behind them and just have a constant surge. So you can shoot the fireballs, which are tracking as well, because you kind of lock on in a way as long as you're behind them, and then come in close for the quick fire breathing finish, and then just go away. Just fly away, heal up, or go for the next person.
What made you play this game?
So I think it honestly started when I started playing Chorus.
I was gonna say, are you just in a on a kick for these types of games right now?
I love aerial combat games in general. I haven't played a lot of them, but I'm a fan of the Ace Combat. I used to have a whole bunch of aerial combat games as a kid for Game Boy. I had F-14 Tomcat for Game Boy. I love that game.
Star Fox.
Never played Star Fox. Yep, I know. What was that? Star Wars Flight of the Falcon was one of my favorite games on Game Boy. Just flying through space, taking out enemies and whatnot. So good. Aerial combat games are fun. Started playing Chorus. I was like, it feels nice. And then Century, something popped up recently. I don't know if it was a video I saw, but I saw something about Century. I was like, oh, it's free to play, and you know what? Sure, let's try it. And I hopped in, and I was just like, this it's gonna take some getting used to, especially because I'm not good at PC controls. I still I still want to try it with controller to see how I feel, because as of right now, the way I'm using the mouse, I feel like I'm just like swinging my arm around, trying to like really get those turns in and like move around so I can like evade and whatnot.
What's the progression? Is there like a season battle pass or something, or?
So there's cosmetics, there's in-game currency you can earn. There's a whole bunch of collectibles. There's collectibles and cosmetics you can get for each of the 3 classes, their dragon and like their rider. And there's this event going on right now, which is it's like Frost and Ice or whatever. There's something going on. I don't know if they're trying to do a Game of Thrones reference or whatever, or just because dragons and stuff. But there's this event going on until I think January 2nd or whatever. So I'm just trying to play through that, get whatever cosmetics I can from, and just have fun, like learn the game and whatnot. There is one thing that is keeping me around right now, and it is the fact that while playing, you can get an egg as a reward. From there, you get a certain amount of experience, and that egg will hatch. From there, you have a little hatchling. You have to complete a few challenges, and every time you complete like a challenge for it, it grows again until it's a fully formed dragon, which you can then ride. And there are different like types that you can get, like based on the egg.
So it's one of those dragon collecting game things.
Yeah, kind of.
Got it.
But like it does it in a way that like Monster Hunter Stories 2 does it, which is like you can get an egg.
You have a cat there that's like, this egg stinks.
Honestly, I would have a much better time if he was there telling me about all the fucking eggs and what they were like. But getting that, I just finished fully like evolving my hatchling into a fully formed dragon for the first time, and I haven't gotten my second egg yet. But I'm like, all right, I'll stick around and see how long I'll stay with this.
Do they have like a Pokédex for the dragons?
Kinda, yeah. There's like they're rarities, so it's like there's a legendary dragon, it's the same dragon, but there's an epic version and whatnot, so you just got to get whatever egg that you get and then level it up from there based on the challenges, which the challenges don't seem too hard. It's just playing the game in general, you just end up doing stuff, so.
Very interesting.
I'm kind of digging it, though. Like, when I have some free time, like the other day, I was
This is the type of game that I feel like if I were playing like 2 weeks ago, you'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, if it was the kind of if you were playing this game, I'd be like, "What are you doing?" Because you don't fucking play these games. I have some interest at least.
Interesting.
I know. I don't think it's gonna be anything big. I don't think I'll like stick on it forever. But as of right now, it's like a nice little like, hey, I'm on the computer. I got some free time. Yeah, I'll hop into a few matches and just fuck around.
Now's the time to be fucking around with games anyway.
Exactly.
Until like end of January hits, and then it's just life's over.
I'd be lying if I said too it wasn't just an extra thing to talk about on the pod.
I get that.
Like, what am I gonna do? What else am I gonna do?
I get it.
But
the podcast has definitely caused me to play or try out different things that I never would have. But I
in like a good way.
Yeah, no, definitely in a good way, because it's much more like, I can talk about that on the podcast if I give it a try. And then I've ended up liking plenty of games because of that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a good thing.
I do like it. I think I played for like maybe like an hour and a half my first time, just sitting down, just going. Because I wanted to, I think the first set of challenges was play a match, play 3 matches, and then try each of the different characters. So I just did that. And within like the first hour, I got all those challenges done. I was just getting a whole bunch of rewards and whatnot.
So is it like daily challenges or?
There are daily ones, but there's like overall, like I think character challenges and just like season challenges, whatever they're doing.
Okay.
What I mean,
so something to kind of work
towards. And there was a dude. I want to shout him out. Biggest Dickus was in my match.
Oh, is this? All right, we'll get to Biggest Dickus later.
Yeah, I know. But I just thought it was funny. I had to take a picture because one of the first games I played, I look over and I know it's PC. People can just name themselves whatever they want. I just see Biggest Dickus. I'm like, all right.
Is that there's no interaction with them?
No, it's just
you just saw.
yeah. You just go on. It's a multiplayer game. You see the roster of who you're playing against. I was playing against Biggest Dickus.
Were they the Biggest Dickus?
I don't think they won. I definitely didn't win. The highest I ever got was 3rd place so far out of 8. Because it's
yeah, but for like a game that's completely new to you, that's especially I've never heard of this game. Something tells me this is not exactly a mainstream game, which means the people you're going against are probably like people that have been playing this for a little while.
It only like just came out.
Oh.
Like this month. I think it was December 3rd or something.
Oh.
Like just came out.
Never mind then. I tried to throw you a bone.
Yeah, no. Granted, when I did start playing, I saw like level 18s and whatnot, and I was just level me.
Level me.
Yeah.
All right. What's it? Century?
Century Age of Ashes.
All right. That name is not very memorable to me. That sounds like a mobile game name.
Yeah, I get it. It's a free-to-play game, but, I mean, it's enjoyable.
I beat a game. I finished Solar Ash. I stayed up the night before...
Christmas.
No, we're not there yet.
All through the house.
The night before...
Not a podcaster was stirring.
The night before I saw Spider-Man. That's what it was. I stayed up until about 5 a.m. and just finished it.
And it was definitely worth $40.
No. No. I still think $40 is a bit steep. I did like each new area became a little less they became a little more linear and a little less confusing. When we were talking about it last, the area I was on was kind of like pretty open and all over the place, and for me who 100% of the game, so like I found everything and did all the side quests, that was a little like I don't know where else to look.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like going over the same areas a bunch until eventually I find like the little spot where I'm like, oh, I need to go in here. Here's the thing. Mm-hmm. So like it became a little more linear as the areas went on, which I kind of liked because it was easier to find everything. Like I never really felt like I missed something from the last couple areas really. The story has, all right, the themes of it are interesting, kind of dealing with like, because remember the concept is like this black hole is going to suck up your planet and kill everyone, and you're kind of the last hope for your race. So it's kind of like, that's a lot of pressure, and you're pretty desperate. And like those themes and dealing with the reality of things and trying to find the other crew members that like also crash landed here, but like all in separate areas. Like all these themes and other stuff I won't really say because then it starts to get into spoiler territory was interesting, but the actual like character moments of it happening were not as interesting. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I definitely liked the idea of it, but the actual like here's this main character who like it wasn't bad. Like I didn't dislike the main character. I didn't dislike the stuff that was going on with her. It just didn't, it didn't stick with me in that way.
Okay.
Final boss, a little janky.
Yeah.
It was a little too. So you're doing the like you're hoverblading shit, and like the bosses are by far the highlights of this game. That's when it shines.
Yeah.
But it was a little too. The area is supposed to be and I know they're trying to make it hard. The area is supposed to be hoverblading on to go from like point to point it has each little spot to do that on is too small. Mm-hmm. So a lot of gaps, and if you fall in, like that's it. You're restarting that little phase of it.
Oh, dude, Gant.
So
fucking give me flashbacks to Psychonauts right now. Any fucking shit where it's like
not that bad.
It doesn't matter. Any where it's like here's a gap and whatnot. Like that game, man.
It was just you're moving too fast and you don't have enough time because it is timed before you like to hit the next point.
You're right.
Or else like everything melts.
Yeah.
And you just fall in. So it's like you have to move fast, which isn't giving you enough time to really like land on the next platform and jump again. Mm-hmm. So like it didn't feel as good as the other bosses, the final one.
Yeah.
But like overall, this was a fun game. It was fun. I'm glad I played it.
I still want to try it, but I probably won't.
Yeah, I would say especially for $40, it's like
yeah. If it gets real cheap and I have extra time, which I won't have.
Yeah, I do think it's worth playing. It's not a bad game by any means, but I don't know. I don't want to say disappointing because I wasn't exactly going into it with these huge expectations.
Yeah.
But like it started out cool, it feels good, and then it just kind of like didn't land in the parts I wanted it to.
Okay.
But it was fun.
What would you give it overall?
6.5.
Oh, we're pointing.
We're pointing.
We point now.
Well, I'm pointing because I feel like 7's a little too strong, but 6 is not quite enough. Okay. 6.5. It's all right.
All right.
It's enjoyable. It has some good aspects, but it falters at points.
Okay. Game of the year?
Yeah, that's it. That's my game of the year.
Wow.
2022
Solar Ash.
sucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Up to you. I'm out.
I beat Halo Infinite.
Ooh.
And I really liked it. I think this is my second favorite Halo game.
Behind ODST.
No.
Behind 2.
No.
4.
No.
What's the other side one that's not ODST?
Reach,
yeah.
No.
The first one?
No.
Third?
There it is.
Is that literally the last one I didn't?
5.
Oh, it is a 5. Okay.
Yeah, no. I love 3, and I really like 4. Unpopular opinion, I really like 4, but I think this might be the best Halo game that 343 has come out with since taking it over. They
started with 4, right?
Yeah. The gameplay just feels so classic Halo. The grapple is incredible. It just makes the game so much better. It has so much like good charm in it in certain points, like throughout the story and whatnot. And there's a few small things that really like stuck out to me that I didn't expect to. Do you know when certain cutscenes in games, whether they are necessarily rendered in game or not, you know how it usually doesn't go into like a standard mocap, like the camera's panning around, you can tell that they're mocapping and like acting throughout instead of just like it being in a static scene.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the game, but like I get what you're saying.
I noticed that I was coming up in a ghost, up to my waypoint, and I drove up, got off the ghost, and it was like I damaged it and it was like kind of in flames, and I walk up to where I'm going, and then the cutscene starts, and it's mocap, it's acted, like they're walking around a space, like you can tell that this is a cutscene. Mm-hmm. But as the camera's panning around, I see my flaming ghost in the background.
That's cool.
This is here. This is not like I'm not taken out. I'm not like this is a cutscene. I'm like this is happening right here. I just got off that thing and walked over.
That's really cool.
I wasn't expecting that kind of immersion.
Yeah. That's because I totally do think about sometimes like when I'm playing a game and yeah, something along those lines, or like, oh, this car is not exactly where I parked it.
Yeah.
Or like where it can be like, all right, I get it. I get like maybe that's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's also like I do like think about it for a split second. It's like that's pretty cool.
It was because it does the thing like the camera comes around, it's like right up in Chief's face, and it moves around in the background. I see that little flaming thing. I go, oh my god! Like look at it's so cool. The acting is also really good in some parts, and in other parts, I'm not the smartest when it comes to the Halo lore and whatnot. I understand Chief's not the smartest guy, but like, I feel like this had a lot of repetition in some parts. It felt like every time something happened, Chief said the exact same goddamn thing to the point where it started to become really fucking funny. So it's like, something will happen, and it's like, you got your AI, you have the new Cortana or whatever.
Okay.
And it's like, Chief, there's war. And it's like, there is war. There always is. And it's like, okay, sure. It's like, all right. 2 hours later, Chief, the bad guys are bad. Bad guys are bad. Always are.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, okay, all right. Like a half hour later, Chief, my ice cream melted. Ice cream melts. Always does.
Always does.
And I'm just like, how many fucking IQ points does this guy have? Is it all in his muscles? Like, what the fuck's... I get it, but it's like, come on. And like, to the point where I was like, how many times are we going to keep going through this? Like, yeah, Chief, What's happening right now is happening right now.
Yep. And it always does.
Always does. Just like, all right. And then in other parts, he's really fucking like, he really has a great moment. And then he just always is.
How is the open world? Is it like
right? So okay.
Is it just kind of outposts you're taking out, or
it is? There's outposts, there's side missions, there's collectibles. Like it in the grand scheme, it is expansive but empty. Like it's like I tried to have this thought to myself, like it's not Earth. This is a ring. All right. There's numerous rings. And they have foliage for some reason and mountains. Sure. And like, what else are you gonna put there? Like, what are you gonna put there? But like at the same time, it is fucking empty. But like at the same time, you have the grappling hook and you can go so much faster. Like every time I had a problem with it, like I found a way to not care as much. And there's fast travel options once you like actually do an outpost. So. Like, there was enough things to do in collectible-wise, but I was mainly focused on, like, the outposts and stuff, and again, at a point, I just gave up and just played the game.
That's usually how that goes.
But, I mean, I enjoyed my time from starting off. It does feel good when you're like, all right, I'm seeing how many collectibles are on this map, I'm seeing that I'm getting them and how many I have left. I'm clearing out all the highlighted stuff as I'm making my way up. Like, it does feel good. Good progression.
Are there like any side quests or any like story based things happening with that, or is it literally just like?
So they're called FOB or FOB bases or whatever. There are just random side missions, I guess, but like it's usually like, oh, there's a distress call. Let's go down to them. Let's do like a quick wave based thing.
Nothing of substance.
Not necessarily, but like. I for the up until towards the end of the game, I was collecting just about every audio log that I could find because those I found decently interesting, and like even the Banished had their own audio logs, and I'm like, all right, like I'll just give me some more. Like it's weird in a way because when I started playing it, there were so many similarities between Halo Infinite, or at least the character and the story between Halo Infinite and Destiny 2. As soon as I saw the bad guy in Halo Infinite, I said, all right, this is just Gaul from Destiny 2. And it's just big guy angry. You're also a big guy and you're trying to fix things. I'm like, all right, this is the story. But it's like, it does kind of in a weird Halo, like dumb IQ storyline, it works.
Okay.
And I don't know. It's strange. But it does kind of come together and like start to really rise up towards the end, I guess.
It's interesting that do you see this being like a long-term like Halo game, like they keep updating it or something? So remember like when it was called like Halo Infinite, people were like, oh, is this like is this a live service Halo or is it this crazy thing? I
don't know, because it's like we've never really gotten Halo DLC. And it's like, I could see what you could do with DLC for this, but like, there's also no point, and there's also an end credit scene that sets up the next thing.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. And I do have, I don't know, just like, I'm gonna give Halo the series another shot again. But they just never like resonate with me.
I've played all of them, all the main ones. I don't think I ever finished ODST. I played Reach. Unfortunately for me, I came to Reach very late, and having the thought process that I do now, there is no way I could get attached to 6 different people after 5.5 hours, like everyone else did back in when we were in high school. But it's definitely worth a good playthrough, like the entire series. And I think Infinite is it's cool how it's like its own good contained story that literally takes place in like a day and a half.
Oh, interesting.
And I don't know. It's a weird thing to see because I feel like I've been bringing this up a lot recently. When you have something, when you try to make a story and you put moments in it that really feel important and like they resonate, they have to feel important in that moment. And when you're playing something like an action game, there's so many things like, all right, we're going to go jump on this train and do this and like do some crazy shit. And then like afterwards, we're going to go get lunch. And like you have like a really high and then it kind of dips down when you go to get lunch. And then, but stuff in like Halo, it's like, all right, you know, we just did this thing. It's really high. Like it's really big. It's like, oh no, now the building's coming down. We just got to get out this building. It's still intense. Like things are still intense for like how small of a scale they are. But just because it's like, you are there. This is you. This is happening to you right now. Like shit's happening, you know, it's a good way of keeping like it, like almost like realistic action in a way, like for the character.
Yeah, Master Chief, I don't think he's stopping to get lunch.
No. He's just constantly pissing and shitting.
And then eating it.
And drinking.
Yeah, like we came to this, we discovered this.
Yeah. We saw his eyes in Halo 4. Give us the rest. But we don't want it. I don't want it.
They were kind of teasing that with like the trailers and stuff, remember? Because there was a lot of like taking off his helmet and like holding it to the side and stuff.
It feels like it's at a point now where it's like, or for me personally, I hope I never see Master Chief's face. I think the eyes were a good thing to show. I'm fine if I never see his face. In Doom Eternal, when they showed his face and had him talk, that like ruined it for me.
That was
like way too like.
So I didn't finish Doom Eternal, but he was too talkative.
Well, granted, it was a flashback before he was necessarily the Doom Slayer. I still don't like it.
But like, I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about in general, like in the game. Mm-hmm. He talked way more than that first Doom or like 2016 Doom. There were like full-fledged cutscenes where he's having like a bunch of conversations. I think that first Doom was much more like quippy.
He's not supposed to say anything.
He says things, doesn't he?
No.
No?
No. That's why when he talked for the first time in Doom Eternal, he goes, rip and tear. I was like, this is bullshit.
Look, maybe I'm thinking of a different game, but I'm pretty sure Doom Eternal, I remember him having like a fucking conversation with one of the big bad people.
No, they all talk at you.
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
Granted, he does talk in Doom Eternal, and he fucking shouldn't. But again, we saw Doom Guy's face. Granted, original Doom, you see it there, but no one wants to see his face.
It's not necessary.
It's just a helmet, and that's why it's cool.
Master Chief's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Because really, he's probably just going to be a generic-looking guy.
And it's going to, ruin it in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
That's it.
I have one more game to really talk about. Because, I played more Forza. I played more Chorus. I'm enjoying them, but there's nothing new to really say. I did play a new game. Played a little co-op something with my girlfriend. Deep Rock Galactic.
Oh, yeah?
We gave this a try. It's fun.
I want to, but I just don't have the time.
It's fun. Do I see myself so there is kind of a story, if you will, which
is why I don't have time.
It's play through these missions.
Yeah.
Essentially. I've heard of Deep Rock Galactic. I knew the idea of it, but I've never really seen it.
Yeah.
So you're these dwarven space miners that work for, I think it's just called Deep Rock or something. And it's like Minecraft meets Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
So you go into a mission, you can just mine away at anything. But then while you're doing that, some spider ass bug hordes might attack you. And there's different classes you can play as. I'm playing as a gunner, which is what you play through as a tutorial, which is just I have a machine gun. It's a I don't know my guns. What are the thing? Yeah, it spins to charge up a little bit and then it starts
minigun, Gatling gun.
Yeah, it's that type of deal.
Yeah.
You have that and a pistol, and I have a zip line I can shoot.
To get Pathfinder.
But not that quick. And then my girlfriend's playing as I think engineer or don't remember the class, but she can just put platforms down, which helps a lot, and put down a decoy of a dwarf hologram that sometimes flosses and distracts enemies.
Wow.
And yeah, it's each mission so far. So we've done 3, and they that third one took us a good 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
It's they start getting longer, but they each the first one's as simple as all right, go mine me X amount of this mineral, and here's a bonus objective of like get this other mineral too, X amount of it. So like you have a little like crawling robot thing that you deposit all the minerals into, so your inventory never really gets full because of it.
Interesting.
You do that, then you hit like the button on them, like, all right, ready to go. Escape pod comes down. Gotta get to the escape pod within 5 minutes.
I assumed it was more of like a like Left 4 Dead meets Subnautica or No Man's Sky deal.
I mean, like there is kind of like no.
I wasn't expecting it to be like a straight up Left 4 Dead like mission based thing.
It's mission based, and then like you have a hub area you go back to, which is I'll get to in a second. The second mission we had to do was find these eggs, which you had to use like a hologram map thing that you have that will tell you where it is, and you have to like dig through the walls to find the actual egg. And then it does a thing where like, all right, you found an egg. Everyone gets pissed. All the other bugs.
So all the rest of your friends are pissed.
Everyone's
off.
pissed. You found an egg. It's like it does. Like you're holding it. You're holding it, so you can't shoot your weapons. So and you have to quickly deposit it into your dude, your little crawly dude with you. And the third mission was the most unique, where we had this big pump or like this big drill come down, and we had to find these 3 spots around this cave where like some liquid was shooting out, set up pumps in each spot, and then from the drill like build different pipelines to where you put the pumps, and like you're choosing where it is. You can't go too steep or anything. Then you can grind on it back, which was cool. I liked that.
That's cool.
And then it starts pumping, and then of course you're getting attacked, and you have to try and like protect the pumps. So like if they start attacking one of the things, you have to find the spot and like repair it because it's leaking like this oil shit out everywhere. And like it's so far the missions have been pretty varied and just fun. Like it's just fun.
That's cool.
I really like the hub area. You're like on this ship, so if you're like playing with someone else, you're both on this ship. You kind of each have your own room, and it puts like your username above it. And there's a decent amount of stuff. Like, there's a lot of customization. Like, way past, like, yes, there's cosmetics for your dwarf that you can get. But, like, straight up, like, your pickaxe, I haven't gotten any new parts for it. But, like, every single little part of your pickaxe, you can get, like, new parts for and completely customize.
That's awesome.
I haven't gotten anything yet. But
that's having the option. That's cool.
Right. Same thing with, like, you get all sorts of different perks, all sorts of different weapon upgrades, like this crazy skill tree going on depending on what you do. And then there's just like fun little mini games. There's this bar with a robot bartender that I can't buy any drinks from yet because I'm not level 3 yet. There's this other thing where like you can kick this barrel into a hoop that's moving back and forth and you try to get the high score. I found in this little secret tunnel these 2 things and a big ball, and then you can set up these 2 things anywhere on the ship, and they kind of act like holographic, like soccer nets. Then you kind of can play like a little soccer game with that.
That's cool.
I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, but like right now's the time. We kind of like made a list of some co-op games, trying to like just try some different shit. And it's surprisingly had me like, oh man, like it's almost 3 a.m. now. Gotta stop, but I kind of didn't want to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I having more fun with Deep Rock Galactic than I thought.
I'm gonna have to try it out then.
It is on Game Pass, so
okay. I know it has a physical though.
Yeah, but it's also on Game Pass.
Yeah, but at this point, it's cheap.
Game Pass.
Physical.
We were saying like we do want to play with you if you're down, because we're also interested to see like how it scales with different people and just like the different classes, how they work well together, and it's fun. It's just good fun.
That's cool. All right. When you were a kid in school, did you ever have like a little Easter thing going on and like they hid eggs around the room and there was like a special egg?
They probably did something at my school like that. I don't remember
like in your class or whatever.
Probably. I don't remember specifically. We did that like at home. There wasn't necessarily a special egg, but
in the 3rd grade, I found the gold egg. I'm just saying.
Does this have anything to do with anything? Or did me saying eggs?
Yeah.
That's it.
I've been waiting patiently.
You have been waiting very patiently.
I found the gold egg in my 3rd grade class. I'm just saying.
And then everyone was pissed.
Honestly? Yeah, because everyone knew there was a gold egg.
Well, what did you get?
Something good. I don't fucking remember. It was the biggest egg, too. I don't know. Maybe I got shots on the basket.
Should it... Where...
I had in my third grade class, we had this thing where if you either did something good or like whatever, you got a point. And what you could do is you could go over and you had to stand a certain distance away from the wall where there was a small basketball hoop. And the teacher gave me a small little basketball. And if you made it in the hoop, you got to pick a free toy from his little toy box that he had. And it was like a whole bunch of like McDonald's toys and just like random action figures and stuff. And I've made that basket a few times.
Do you still have the toys?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a third grader anymore.
You basically are.
No.
Yeah, you have one more game, right?
Yeah, I started a game.
What game?
I started the Gunk.
Yeah, I kind of figured. We were like talking around that at work. And
we don't tell each other what we play for the most part. We
leave it
up to a surprise.
Yeah.
But I assumed he started it because he fucking wouldn't stop talking about it beforehand.
I'm going to be starting it this week.
I started it. I'm on chapter 2. I didn't get too far. Immediately giving me a whole bunch of like Journey to the Savage Planet vibes.
In like tone or?
Yeah, like I don't
okay.
Like. So it's you and your spaceship. It's you and another character. You play Rainy, and then there's Bex,
your sister, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are flying around, and you have to make some sort of stop. Either like you're kind of running low on fuel, or like you had to stop somewhere. So you land on this little like shitty fuck over planet. You constantly, she's complaining, and you're like, whatever. And like the first hour, it's like, can you just get back here and fucking so we can eat lunch? And you're like, hey man, I'm over here fucking doing my thing. And like that's like the whole first hour. Cause she says something like, you land down, you're on the thing, you're walking around and be like, there's disgusting shit here. And then you immediately just start cleaning it up. And as soon as you clean it up, like the vegetation comes back and it's all pretty and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So which there's one point when you're going down and like the ship is like hovering before it lands and you're cleaning up all the gunk, which is what they call it. Immediately like the entire area opens up and this giant tree just boom, just like shoots up out of the sky, and like the Bex is driving. She's like, whoa! Like I had like to move out of the way, and then they land. It's like, all right, this place is kind of cool. And she's over there doing stuff, and you're just chilling. And then you're like, all right, I'm gonna go explore. And that's when she's like, I'm hungry. And you're like, hey, well, fuck you. I'm out here doing shit. You told me to do this, so I'm gonna go clean up. So I'm going around.
Typical sibling rivalry.
Yeah. I'm hungry. I don't want to eat this again. Fuck you. I'm cleaning, bitch. You shouldn't have sent me out here then. If you were so hungry. So I'm around, I'm cleaning, I'm scanning like everything. There's like shit to scan and whatnot. And it only takes about 4 things to scan before you get an upgrade, to which you got to go and collect resources to then upgrade yourself. There's a whole bunch of upgrades you can get. And I'm kind of like digging all the stuff that I see so far, but I haven't had enough resources to get past, I think, the first upgrade, which only gives me like a stronger like suction on it, so I can throw seeds and do stuff and do more vegetation. Like that's where I get like the Journey to the Savage Planet. It's similar in like the style and like the crazy weird stuff and the animals. And then like I have to pick up seeds, throw them over here, which will make like a new platforming thing for me to jump on.
Journey to the Savage Planet.
So yeah, real big vibes from that. Besides that, I don't think I've come across any combat or anything. I know there is some type stuff. I can't remember. That's
okay, because how good is it cleaning up the gunk and then making everything pretty?
So it is. So you start off, it really like you're sucking up that stuff like slowly, and it's like, all right, it's taking a little while. You got to get closer. You can like aim to be more precise where you want to do it, and then like once it's done, you kind of walk around. You collect the rest of the area, and then you see like a little thing in the ground just start to like this dome, and then boom, everything starts looking good again, and like you just see it spread out. And once you do like a big area like that tree, just boom, everything just pops up.
I love that shit.
It is satisfying, and it is like it. The platforming's not too hard. It's just a fun little thing. Like I'm just cleaning and just having a good time.
I don't want it to be too hard.
No. I'm having fun with it.
So do you know, like, is it not long? Because you were like, I know you finished this.
It's not long. It's anywhere between, from what I've seen, 4 to 8 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty short.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as it's a good, fun experience, I'm okay with it.
I mean, I'm enjoying getting like enough resources to do more upgrades and whatnot. So I might see how far, and maybe I'll end up doing everything in this game if it's not too taxing. But I'm having a good time. It's
I want to vacuum that. You're making me like want to go upstairs and play it.
just
like,
gotta fucking vacuum something, dude.
I need to vacuum up this gunk.
Suck it, suck it.
Just having you on the drums in the background.
Suck it, suck it. I like it. I want to play more.
That it feels like it should be co-op.
Yeah, I get it.
Just with the two sisters, like it.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely have my eye out for that more now. So like,
yeah, I've had my fair share of cleaning games. Last thing I played, cleaning wise, I think, or the last 2 things ago, cleaning wise, that I played was the first DLC for Metro Exodus, and I was like, man, I'm bored as fucking shit. I'm playing as the fucking Artyom's wife's dad, and I'm in the Metro, and all I'm doing is using a fucking flamethrower and just cleaning up cobwebs and other shit. And then me and my partner,
yeah.
he's like, hey, I'm gonna go clean over this way, you go that way, and I'm like, fuck you, I'm cleaning.
Yeah,
and
that sounds great.
And I'm over here, and then there's a few spiders that come out, I gotta burn them, and then after like 2 hours it's over. I'm like, what the fuck did I just do?
You cleaned.
I hated it.
You cleaned and you did great.
And then I played Viscera Cleanup Detail, which that can be kind of fun but also tedious. But Gunk makes it fun. I'm having fun.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, like, it's not like, I don't want to say it's like open world. There's definitely like open pathways you can go. Like as you're cleaning up gunk, you'll see that there's a pathway that's blocked that unless you clean up all the gunk, you can't get through. But it not necessarily is like where your objective is. Like you can go and like go collect other resources, or maybe there's like a collectible or something along the way. But it might just be like a dead end then, and then you come back.
Are you saying there's extra gunk to clean up?
I think
there's some
I think
side
there's
gunk?
probably a bunch of gunk.
Yes. All right. Video games. Before we move on to news, we got someone wrote into the show with a question for us.
Sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this is not their real name. Large Dingus asks, which Smash Brothers fighter, if they were real, would you have the best chance against in a fight? I looked through the Smash Brothers roster, and for me, this was the Animal Crossing villager.
Isabel?
No, the villager. And I thought about Isabel. But the thing with Isabel is, I gave this some thought. She's like so happy, perky, nice that she's like the type of person that can fucking flip that switch in an instant. The Animal Crossing villager is just a fucking dude that just like struggles to reel in fish. And like plant some flowers and shit. What do they actually do? It was villager for me, hands down. I kick villager's ass.
I had 2 that I still am not positive. So like I quickly went on Google and just straight off Google just looked on like the pictures they had right up at the top.
Yeah, we had to look it up because we're not exactly playing Smash every day.
If I really thought I could take them, it would either have to be Luigi.
I thought about Luigi.
Or the Wii Fitness Trainer.
No way. They're a fitness trainer.
Yeah, but like that's just a human. Like, you know?
Yeah, but they're a fitness trainer.
Okay, but it's just a human. It has no weapons.
Yeah, but they're fit.
Okay, and I'm big.
But they're fit.
And it's a human. It's not Pac-Man. It's not Meta Knight. It's a fucking human. Is it even human? They're gray. They're unless you want me to just go with Luigi, I could beat the shit out of Luigi.
Luigi has like a headbutt move that kind of scares me.
Yeah, but he's like half my size.
He definitely is.
I could beat the shit out of Luigi. Not Mario. I don't know about Mario.
No. Mario, think about like the monsters he takes on by just jumping. And then he can shoot fire out of his hands.
Yeah, I could fuck up Green Mario real hard.
Yeah, Green Mario, that's yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, Wii Fitness Trainer would probably be the best bet.
I'm still going Villager all the way. Like, what? The worst thing Villager does is go up to his little animal friends and kind of whack them a little bit with the bug catching net to get a flea off them.
Or just to piss them off.
Yeah, that's the worst that they do.
Well, villagers are very psychological, though.
Why? Because of their fucking stare?
No, they fucking... I don't know. Aren't they known? Like, aren't people fucked up and like close other people in on like their houses and stuff?
Oh, well, you can, like, if you want someone to move, you can just like start digging a bunch of holes in their yard and kind of trap them. And
maybe it's a different kind of fight with the villager.
Yeah, but this is just like I don't think it was like
no.
What type of long-term fight? Like
what nemesis?
This isn't a war. This is a fight. If it was a war, then it's a different story, I think.
Yeah.
But a fight, no. That villager's they're getting their ass kicked.
I'm gonna go 50 Luigi, 50 Wii Fitness Trainer. Unless they have the fitness board, that's a weapon.
That is a weapon. I don't know their moves.
That's the thing. I don't know moves.
I don't know moves either. I know something. I know Luigi has this weird thing where like he goes completely sideways and he like shoots at you head first like a rocket.
Nice cock. That's all I know.
You see, I don't know what that. I don't know what that is.
Falcon's down smash.
Oh, okay. No, I've seen that. Yeah. I've seen that.
Nice cock.
Definitely could not take Captain Falcon in a fight.
Oh God, no. No.
One punch, you're done.
There's Ness. Who's the other kid?
Lucas.
Which one doesn't have the baseball bat?
Lucas.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of
Lucas was probably my other one that I was like, go to.
Yeah, probably him.
He's kind of like a little bitch.
Yeah.
He's like a scaredy little kid.
But then Eastward is based off Earthbound, so I was like, all right, I'll cut him some slack.
Yeah, but he's Mother 3, I believe. Earthbound is Ness.
Yeah, but you know what? Fuck Nintendo. Fuck Nintendo. Fuck their lore. Fuck all of it. I don't fucking give a shit. I can beat up anyone I can beat up.
Wow.
No cap.
Fighting everywhere. There always is.
There's always gonna be a fight.
Yeah,
always has. Always will.
Thanks for writing in, Large Dingus.
We would love to extend our pod 5 inches.
Yeah, that was the title of the email.
Would you like to extend your pod by 5 inches with Pod Extends?
Let's move on to news. You go first.
All right. Hear about Final Fantasy 14? Selling so good that they had to fucking stop selling it?
No, I didn't know that.
The game was selling so well and was so goddamn popular that the servers could not fucking handle it and had to take the game off of sale.
Wow.
So they could work on the servers and not have new people coming in seeing errors constantly.
Was there a new expansion or something?
I think Endwalker or what it was just came out.
Did they have another Walker thing come out? That sounds familiar.
It's all Walker. But I find it funny because I put down sales for Final Fantasy 14 have been halted and no one can purchase the game at the moment due to it being the most popular game right now that not a single person can play and are just sitting there staring at an error screen. So somehow the game is doing so well that no one can play it.
What a story of Final Fantasy 14.
Right?
Started out so shitty.
And now it's like the game is too good we have to stop selling it.
Let's talk about some Stalker 2 stuff.
Yeah.
Woo! So, we did it, Dave.
Woo! We did it, baby! Woo!
So, we talked a little bit last week. Really, Dave talked about it with a tone that he was not happy about, and I just kind of angrily grunted.
Speaking of which, this will lead me on to Ubisoft's other shit.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure, we can, yeah. So Stalker 2, they have their whole NFT shit they had going on. So I don't know if you saw, they originally posted a statement defending it.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, we don't have a publisher. We need some money. and we're gonna try to do NFTs right.
And then literally like a day later.
Yeah, that tweet's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Now they put out another statement basically saying like, we heard ya. We're canceling everything related to NFTs in this game. We're gonna listen to our players and that shit.
Yeah, because yeah.
But that was cool.
Yeah.
That was good. Now, do you want to? Are you gonna lead that into the Ubisoft stuff?
Yeah, the Ubisoft Quartz.
Is that what it's called? I didn't actually.
That's their little NFT fucking hub or whatever. That
Okay.
like they spent what millions of dollars setting this thing up, hyping it up, and then for what? So like 16 people could like send like $300 back and forth. Like no one has used this.
Good.
It's so, and like I see people defending it, being like NFTs could be good in this way, and I'm just like, probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
You know what? Bring us back. Throw me microtransactions and loot boxes all day, and let's not destroy the environment with machines.
And the thing that editor Al used to always say, which I completely agree with, is I hate that you see people I see people on Twitter.
Yeah.
And they're acting like when it comes to like the fucking stupid monkey ass shit.
Yeah.
And they're like acting like they're in it for the art. No, you're in it for the fucking money.
Yeah.
Like don't fucking.
It's only money.
And just like be honest about it. Like if you're in it for the money, like all right, at least I can kind of like respect like you're just trying to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
Don't be like, but these monkeys, look how cool look how beautiful this one is. It's like, no, it's not.
What? No.
Like no.
No. Oh, I'm gonna go fucking right click the Mona Lisa real quick.
Did you did you see oh god, the Mona Lisa argument, that they love that one.
Yeah.
Did you see Ubisoft, there was a thing that they sent out to employees or something and they were like, this is just the beginning.
Yeah, like what? What do you? Yeah, they were like, you know what? NFTs are just the fucking start, man.
We have enough issues going on, so let's just jump onto this one and really double down on it.
Dude, I just did a line of NFTs in the back, and you have no idea what we got coming next.
Ugh.
I didn't think this one was like too crazy, but I thought it was kind of interesting. I don't know if you saw, but Minecraft became the first game on YouTube to reach 1 trillion views.
I did not, but what does that mean? Just like Minecraft videos in general,
like
all collected?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Minecraft in and of itself has brought in 1 trillion views to YouTube.
That's a lot of views.
It's crazy.
Understandable though. I mean, like Minecraft's kind of big.
Yeah, but like that's nuts.
That's a lot of views.
Yeah.
They were mostly me. I sat there 1 trillion times.
There's so many less people than 1 trillion in the world. What 10-year-old is watching these videos over and over?
Probably younger than 10.
Yeah. Fucking, can you believe Minecraft's only like 11? Imagine all the kids that are younger than Minecraft.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I remember Minecraft like before it was... Because you could play it before it was like actually released, right?
It was.
I'm pretty sure I did.
It was in like a weird early access where you could literally do nothing but like walk around a decently flat area with some trees and just kind of like, all right, let's see what we got going on here.
I'm pretty sure I did that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That was young Dylan.
Yeah.
He was also into Counter-Strike.
I played a few games of Counter-Strike.
Oh, I played more than a few.
Yeah.
I got a little something.
What do you got?
We got another purchase. Well, we have a couple purchases, but I'm going to talk about one.
Of purchases. Oh, you're going to talk about that one. All right.
Well, I'm going to talk about one.
You're going to talk about that one.
10-cent purchasing Turtle Rock Studios.
Yeah, I knew you were going to talk about that one.
Did you really?
Yeah, because that one's the biggest of the ones that I have.
Yep. Turtle Rock Studios. They did Back 4 Blood and like the Left 4 Dead games.
Don't fucking shake your head like that.
The
Left 4 Dead games were less than.
No,
Back 4 Blood.
it was to the left shake, like in the past, like back then.
Fucking Left 4 Dead and then Back 4 Blood.
It was like Left 4 Dead. It was to the left, you know.
No.
The thing that I thought was cool about this is that like, Turtle Rock was talking about this, and they're basically like, yeah, nothing's changing.
Well, that's good, at least.
Like nothing. Like it's they're saying the same location. All the employees are saying the same. They have this partnership with Warner Brothers. Apparently, that's staying the same. Like nothing was affected.
They make a lot of VR games too.
Do they really?
They do.
Interesting.
Fuck, what was it? There was something I played recently. I don't remember what it was, but they were the head dev on it. I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, Tencent is continuing to completely own gaming.
Yeah. Well, you got Embracer over here.
Yeah, that was the other one I had.
Embracer, I mean, I was thinking the same thing until Embracer started doing some other shit. They're kind of buying everybody.
Yeah.
They bought everything back then. They bought Gearbox and whatnot.
Gearbox, yep. They have the THQ Nordic, right?
Yeah. Yep. And you know what? They just bought like Dark Horse Comics, like the company.
Yep.
And can just make games out of all of that.
So like, can they? Because that's where it's like a little weird. Because like,
granted, there's like it's all licensing and whatnot, but granted, like they do have access depending on how much of the share or whatnot of it.
Right. Because like
we could get a Mask video game.
I was thinking more like, hey, I know Star Wars games are not exactly rare right now, but like I know that Dark Horse like they did Star Wars comics. Does this mean they can do things based on those specific comics, or is that like weird Disney shit?
Probably not that, but like Dark Horse has its own shit.
No, yeah, I know.
So,
yeah.
On top of that, they also spent $125 million buying Perfect World Entertainment, who is the publisher of the Torchlight series.
Oh, I actually didn't see that part of all this.
Just saw that today. So they're fucking bing bang fucking opening their wallet and just being like, here.
They had, it's the thing I was reading too is like, yeah, so they're like working on, or like Embracer Group, which is, to be fair, like a lot of different things at this point.
Yeah.
They have like 40 something games in the works. And it's just like, oh, okay. Yeah. There's a lot of games.
It's insane.
It's just weird that like they're like kind of, it feels like kind of out of nowhere, but it also wasn't, but it kind of feels like it was.
It feels like in the past like 3 years, everyone was just like, let's just buy everybody.
Everybody buys everybody.
Yeah. There's no more companies anymore. There's just six of them.
Yeah, they just buy everything.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Star Wars Eclipse.
Yeah.
So there was a bit of like an online protest going on.
Dave.
Yeah, because of Dave, not this Dave, another Dave.
David Cage.
It was the hashtag on Twitter, hashtag Blackout Star Wars Eclipse. This is mostly related to David Cage.
Yeah.
With so Quantic Dreams, they're making Star Wars Eclipse. David Cage has had all sorts of allegations against him about like work culture, sexual harassment, some not good things.
Unfortunate industry norms.
Yes, very unfortunate that it is an industry norm, but at this point, like, so these allegations aren't new exactly, but it's just like, it's never surprising when you hear about it anymore. It's like, oh, okay, add them to the list.
Yeah.
So Cage denied those allegations. He did win a libel case against a French publication, but then like didn't win another one. So like, we don't know all the details. But obviously, like, shit was said, bad shit.
Yeah.
Like, this shit doesn't just come out of nowhere with no truth to it. Like, there's always truth to it. So some publications, some, like, not bigger ones, not like IGN, GameSpot, like, obviously they're still going to cover the game. But a lot of people that cover news and gaming, have just straight up said, like, hey, as long as David Cage is involved in this shit, we're not going to cover any news about this game. Mm-hmm. Which... that's a decision, because Star Wars Eclipse that's not a small thing. It's Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
So that's that's it. I kind of forgot about that whole David Cage shit.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to see. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
I personally, like, I will still probably play this game.
I mean, I will too.
Like I'm gonna play Ubisoft games. Like, it's just like but like at the same time, it's weird. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to play the game still, but also
it's the
like if you're playing them or talking about like when this game does come out, I think it is definitely fair on our end to play it, but then also be like, and listen, David Cage, fuck him. He had involvement, like it. You know,
I'm very strongly like the art, not the artist.
Yeah.
I love Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling's a
Yeah,
bitch.
fuck J.K. Rowling.
I mean, I like movies. There are some actors out there who are pieces of shit.
Yeah, and there are some that.
Yeah.
There's like the Louis C.K. situation.
Yeah, Louis, what are you doing?
The shit he was doing was bad, and then the thing that really gets it for me is that like the stuff he was actually doing is a lot of like what his jokes and comedy were. Like straight up, like
I know.
Yeah, whip it out, jerk off in front of him. And it's like that like I can't enjoy him anymore because it's a little too real the shit he says.
I never really did in the first place.
I thought it was pretty funny, but now knowing the context, it's like that's not funny at all.
I get it. I don't know. When I started listening to him and I found out that 90% of his jokes were about divorce, I was like, okay,
kinda, yeah.
I was like, all right, like I'm done.
So yeah, that happened this last week. Understandable.
Yeah.
Fuck David Cage.
True.
If they want to make this game without him, great.
Yeah, I mean, Valhalla came out and they kicked out the director, you know?
Valhalla was probably, I don't know if about no, it wasn't my favorite. But it was my favorite of like that trilogy. Between Origins, Odyssey, and then Valhalla. Valhalla was my favorite.
I don't know which one. Like, I don't know. Overall, maybe Valhalla. Really liked Odyssey, though.
I don't know. Everyone really likes Odyssey.
I love it.
I don't know what it was.
It's the story for me.
Something about Odyssey. Like, I really liked Origins. I tried Odyssey 3 times. And each time just like could not get into it.
I had fun with Origins. Odyssey is what stuck for me. And Valhalla was like, all right, we got there. Like,
yeah.
But I still love Odyssey. Cassandra, that whole shit. I loved it. It's great. Delay.
Uh-oh.
Delay.
What got delayed?
Devolver Digital's Weird West has now been delayed into
yeah.
March 2022. Weird.
When was that supposed to come out?
Oh, I feel like soonish, wasn't it? I feel like it's supposed to be this year.
Okay, because I was going to say like March 2022, like that's not exactly far away at this point.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's supposed to come out soon.
Hey, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, I want to play it.
I'm vaguely interested.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the Hugo Awards?
Yeah.
Do you know Hades?
Yeah.
The video game?
Yeah.
Hades is the first video game to ever win one.
But does it have a BAFTA?
Oh, I don't know.
I know a few games with a BAFTA.
They had like apparently a special 2021 category for video games, and Hades won it.
Who else was there?
I don't know. I can look that up
on the fly.
Well, first off, yes, Hades has a BAFTA.
Oh, damn it!
They won 5 categories.
Oh.
Best game, game design, narrative, artistic achievement, and something else that's not there. What else was I looking up?
Hugo.
Oh, Hugo 2021
Hugo
video game nomination.
Amicia. Hugo.
Oh boy, I'm not. Nope. Oh, I looked up huge 2021 video game nominations.
Huge.
All right. Let's go to IGN. Maybe they list it there.
Man, you're really taking your time.
Yeah, listen,
Dude, I could.
Here we go.
All right.
It had to beat Animal Crossing: New Horizons, Spiritfarer, Final Fantasy VII Remake, The Last of Us Part 2, and BlazBall.
What's so cool about a Hugo?
They're all like, I think it's like specifically like sci-fi or something.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Animal Crossing sci-fi.
Here we go. This is straight from IGN. The Hugo Awards were first presented in 1953 and honor the best works in science fiction and fantasy. Up until 2021, video games and their stories have not been under consideration, but that has now changed.
Last of Us 2 is sci-fi fantasy?
Kinda. Well, yeah, like some of it was a little like Animal Crossing. I guess it's kind of fantasy because there's walking and talking animals, but like
we need a sci-fi fantasy, etc.
Well, this was just IGN's little leak, so maybe, you know.
Right.
All right. That's the last news bit I had.
You know what that means?
Do you have another news bit?
No, that means it's time for the most notable game release.
I had none. I don't have any for a while, honestly.
There's one, and it's going to be coming December 23rd. That's right now.
Oh God, yeah, it's out. What is it?
Scarf.
What?
Remember, Scarf.
No.
It's coming to PC and Stadia. Who the fuck still
okay,
plays
so it's
Stadia?
coming to PC.
It's coming to PC. Do you remember? It's like a little cloud boy with a red scarf, and he's like doing platforming. This was shown off like a year or two ago.
You were telling me about this the other day, actually, and
I completely forgot about it. And when I was doing notable game releases, I resaw it, and I was like, "Why does this look so familiar?" And doesn't he like grow it like he needs to use like grow out the scarf and whatnot? And
I don't know. I'm looking it up, and it's not ringing any bells in my head.
like a little blue cloud boy.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
He's a little blue cloud boy with a red scarf and some.
He got a little blue cowboy over here. little blue cowboy. He's got his 6-shooters on him. Pow! Pow! I'm a cowboy.
Yes.
Right on, little blue cowboy.
With his red scarf. Yeah, doesn't look familiar to me.
I remember it, and I'm interested if I have time.
This also looks kind of interesting to me. Is it like a 3D platformer? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to write down real quick.
Scarf. Must buy, 'cause getting cold, 'cause winter.
Is this on Game Pass? That's like my question all the time now.
PC.
Is it on PC Game Pass?
I don't know. I think it might just be.
If it's only on PC, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, no, probably not.
All right. That's it.
That's it.
Don't forget, go follow us on Twitch.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
I mean, yeah, you can do all that shit too in various places. You can like our stuff. You can comment on stuff. You can leave reviews. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Enjoy your holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. This is a time of joy.
A time for podcasts.
It's a time for podcasts.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week before New Year's.
Post Christmas. Pre New Year's.
We're gonna be like right in the middle there.
I like to say in betwixt.
Why?
What do you mean?
Who says that?
Me, because I just said I like to say in betwixt.
Yeah, the 30th, and then we'll be back in 2022 after that.
Oh my God.
With the stream on January 2nd.
Oh my God.
And then just your regular scheduled Offshore Gamescast episode on January 6th, 2022. Can you believe that?
I know, it's so weird. New year.
New me.
Same old me.
It won't be the same old Offshore. And I'll just leave it at that, dropping hints.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Stop the episode! Cut it! Turn it off! Turn it off!